Here we are. We are live. Howdy, everybody. Not able to look out like we can on Zoom. We can see who's in the room. We're coming to you live from Asheville, North Carolina, in the Blue Ridge Mountains, in our apartment. Louise is on one side of the room, and I am on the other, and everybody else is every other place, which makes it kind of exciting. I'm going to see if we can record this. I think we've done that in the past, if I'm not mistaken. Our executive producer, Finn, is with us. Good to see everybody. Gary Pratt is in the house. Bill Coyle. Gary's done a whole lot for a lot of hardworking musicians. We're very grateful for that, as have everybody, buying records and buying tickets, seeing shows, getting merch, telling friends, dragging them, making them pay later. It's all good. All good. So good to be with you this Tuesday night. It's not a Tuesday night. It's Force of Habit, isn't it? It's Thursday, except for where one of our artists are. They will be coming to us from tomorrow. It's Friday for them, but they're coming back to the United States, but they'll still be an hour behind us. So these are a whole lot of complications, and we'll get to it. We'll get to the bottom of these mysteries soon enough. But it's good to have you with us this Tuesday night. We've got a wonderful concert planned for you. All the artists from Baker Booking will be with us. There'll be a bit of a post-concert meet and greet. We'll be hanging. We got 20 people. How about that? 20 people. That's outstanding. Even if we're some of them, that's okay. We'll take it. We're loving it. We are loving it. Hey, Finn, are we able to record? There's the $1 million question. I am not sure. I think we can. Either way, we'll pick it up off of there's Bill Lippy. Howdy, Bill. Good to see you. There's Bill. Howdy, Bill. All right, we're in business. I'm wondering if we can record this. I think we can. Bump. Well, we'll figure that out as the evening progresses. But anyway, it's really good to be hanging with everybody this Thursday night and try to break the Tuesday night habit, as I'm accustomed to saying on Tuesday nights. And we've got, like I said, we've got a whiz banger of a show for you tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with the artists from Empress Records, and Saturday evening, the artists from Black Oak Artists will be with us. It won't be all the artists from Black Oak because there's 48 of them, for crying out loud, but there will be 7 of the best for you on Saturday night, right here on Facebook, as well as on YouTube. The YouTube link is unique, but the Facebook will be right on the Facebook page, and we're gearing up. Louise is with me this evening. She will be the host, actually, of the program. It's her program, and I'm pleased that Bill Lippy and I got to be the co-hosts, and I'm stoked for that. That's going to be some fun. We'll be hanging together, we'll chatting a little bit, yammering up. If you've come to the Tuesday shows, you know that there's a great deal of delay between the acts, and this is not going to happen. Much of the show will simulate what we experience at the regional folk conferences and Folk Alliance International. We'll talk a little bit more about that, why we've selected this weekend, these 3 days, to make this part of the alternate to the Tuesday evening programming that we do. We will be back this Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern time promptly. You know, we start always on time, and we will have Kipyn Martin and the Bosco Boys. Karen's got a brand new record with her band, the Bosco Boys, called Ghost Hotel. So we're looking forward for her to be showcasing a little bit of that, as well as some of her solo music and some of the music that she's done with the Bosco Boys. So that's going to be happening on Tuesday. And we'll go back to the Zoom and Facebook forum, so you can catch it on Facebook. You can, love to have you in the Zoom. Oops, excuse me. My chicken dinner is getting the last word. So we're looking forward to that on Tuesday night. We'll be back to the Tuesday regular shows. Louise and I are planning on going to the SURFA conference, the Southeast Regional Folk Alliance conference, in May. And then the following week, we'll be out at Folk Alliance. And we are getting very close. It's just 7:59. Now we'd like to start these things promptly at 8 o'clock. Finn is with us. He is in mission control. And Bill Lippy is here from Concerts at Our House. And we got all kinds of stuff clicking in here. This is good stuff. Good stuff. All righty. Well, what do you reckon, darling? You ready to roll this? Louise is displaying the team colors and swag. Well, Mickey says not quite 8. We do start on time. I'm Bruce Swan. Good to be hanging with you. Thank you all for being here this Thursday evening. I'll get this right now. I better write this down so I don't forget it a third time. We are Thursday night. It's kind of strange. It felt like Saturday today for some crazy meeting. Anyway. Well, listen, howdy, everybody. Good Thursday evening to you all. Good to be hanging this Thursday night right here at combination of concerts at our house and music my mother would not like. Our host this evening, the guest presenter, will be Louise Baker of Baker Booking, and more about that as the evening progresses. Been exploring Kansas City at or about now. You would have wandered in this afternoon, checked your bags. We would have set up our merch table and expo table in the expo hall, caught up with Finn. We would have met him face to face for the first time in a bazillion years, and that would have been exceptional. We would have been checking out the evening schedule for the conference showcases, who was playing the formal showcases, what was happening with the Gorillas, what was the cool room. Have you seen this guy yet? What about the new record? How it goes. That would have happened this weekend in Kansas City. Well, wisely, Folk Alliance International, or FAI, as it will be known throughout the rest of the evening, postponed the conference until late May. So hopefully we'll be back packing up the car, heading west to Kansas City and catching up with many of the members, friends, musicians, industry folk that we haven't seen in like 2 million years. It's hard to believe it's only been 2. But I think it was a wise choice that they considering the intrepidations of many of the members. We felt that it was the right thing to do, and it meant missing out on a lot of new music. And that was something that we weren't too happy about. We knew that many of the artists that had planned to attend the formal showcases were to be there to gain experience, to gain exposure, to hopefully book some new shows, and this wasn't going to happen. The other thing that wasn't going to happen is that we weren't going to connect with other artists. We weren't going to hear some new music. Many of them had turned down work for the evening so that they could attend Folk Alliance International in Kansas City. They either hadn't booked it or they turned it down. And then the conference got postponed. When that happened, we thought, well, we got to do something. We got to find some work. They're not able to work. We're not able to go. We're missing out on new music. We're missing out on opportunities to present Baker Booking artists and be able to help some friends and you as presenters that maybe had planned to go and now you can't go. We can all help each other out. So that was the impetus for talking about for doing the show. We'll talk a little bit later in greater detail about the upcoming shows tomorrow night with Empress Records and Saturday evening with the artists from Black Oak Artists. We will be presenting 7 more artists each night. And there is much more information at musicmymotherwouldnotlike.com. Our co-host, as I said, tomorrow will be Empress Records, Rachel Sage, the owner and president of that label, and Black Oak Artists will be with us on Saturday. I'm Bruce Swan, folk DJ on Asheville FM 103.3 and AshevilleFM.org. You can catch my show Monday afternoons from 4 to 6 Eastern Time. And I am the owner of the Tuesday evening series by the same name and podcast at Conversations, that music my mother would not like. I'm excited to be partnering this evening with my partner and the owner and president of Baker Booking, Louise Baker. That's a mouthful, huh? This show is absolutely free to view and share with your friends and family members. Share it with venue operators. You say, hey, man, I caught this great act, and if you would book them, I'd bring half the neighborhood. You got to be good to your word. But if you say that, they will book them, and that will be good. Periodically, you'll see Finn, our colleague, in the concerts, posting up links. Finn is the executive producer and the stage manager for this evening, so sadly it will be all his fault. I will probably have to hang, but it will be all his fault. That's the way these things work. I'm sorry. You will see periodically a PayPal link for the communal PayPal pool. This is a secure link. When you make a donation or a contribution, you'll see my name coming up, Bruce T. Swan Jr. That's the one that was given me. That's me. You'll also be able to find hyperlinks at the top of the viewing pages on both Facebook and YouTube. A portion of the proceeds this evening will be donated to Folk Alliance International for their scholarship fund. This fund enables emerging artists, first-timers, media people, etc., an opportunity to offset some of the costs to attend the conference. It runs about $2,000 a person after you get there, stay there, sleep there, and eat there. And even if you factor in the work you didn't get, it's that much more. But the scholarship fund helps make it possible for some of us to get there for the first time. I was a beneficiary of it, and I appreciated it. I got to meet some people that I never would have met had it not been for the scholarship fund, because they were the recipients too, as were they the second year. I was not. But we felt that we would like to give something back to Folk Alliance International, to their scholarship fund. So 20% of each night's proceeds will be donated to the scholarship fund for Folk Alliance International. So what do you think? Would you consider making a $20 donation to the show tonight? I mean, the only way you would have found a bill like this is to go to a festival, and that would have cost you about $200 or $300 looking at current pricing. But and the likelihood of the 7 artists showing up on the same stage, well, the 60s are over, and those bills don't exist any longer. But this is the only way it's really possible, is stream. We're very grateful for all your donations, the sponsorships, and attendance, and especially Bill Lippy, Concerts of Our House. Let's bring in tonight's host, Louise Baker of Baker Booking. She's going to introduce Bill in a few minutes, and then we will get to the groovy tunes. So good to be with you. I'm Bruce Swan. Let's get on with it.
Okay, thank you very much, Bruce. It's really good to be here tonight. And, Bruce is a pro. He does these shows all the time, so he doesn't have to look down at his notes. And I did make some, copious notes. So hopefully that will work out okay for you. So I do want to welcome you tonight. And yes, Baker Booking is now Asheville, North Carolina. We used to have also an office in Fairfield, Connecticut when Bruce was there, but now it is all right here in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains of Asheville, North Carolina. Baker Booking began around 2014. I actually have a parent company called Musical Lou Productions, and that was because I was doing some booking for a couple of people here locally in North Carolina, and folks like Pat Donahue and some wonderful folks came along, and I got to work with them. So I have been running this since 2014, and now I'm really delighted to have a group of 7 wonderful artists that we represent. We're really a boutique agency, and we present artists that are in the folk singer-songwriter genre, but kind of with slants, as you will see tonight, towards fingerstyle guitar, blues, and jazz as well. We even added 3 new artists during the pandemic. And, we thought, what is this crazy? Why are we doing this? But as you'll see tonight, as we do the introductions, there were reasons why we decided to do this. And I'm so glad that we did take on some new talent. We have partnered with lots of streaming shows this year. Bruce's show, Music My Mother Would Not Like, on Tuesday evenings. Many of you have been there. Also, big shout out to the Folk Project, Gary Pratt and his whole team there. They do wonderful showcases. They've been mostly on Tuesday nights, but then Gary's also taken on some Friday nights. They've hosted every one of our artists, and we've helped each other steer other people in this folk community towards these live streams as well. We also participated, as many of you may know, in every one of the Folk Alliance regional conferences. Our artists were lucky enough to get some showcases there. Bruce and I were on panels. We were asked to even, put together some special nights for Farm and SWRFA and Far West. And we really value the relationships that we made there. And we can't wait to see you. We will be at SWRFA because it's about 25 minutes up the road from here. We plan to be there in person and also at Folk Alliance with a couple of our artists. And we'll have our exhibit hall booth there too. All of our artists are fully vaccinated and they're ready to tour. So I'm speaking to all of you house concert hosts, festival presenters, venue folks. They're ready. And there are some vacancies on the calendar. So we'd love if you're so moved that you contact us tonight. So what I'd like to do right now is just bring in Bill Lippy, and Bill is our co-sponsor tonight. He runs a wonderful series. He's been very supportive, and I just wanted to give him a couple of words to say how he feels about tonight and Baker Booking, and I just want to thank you so much, Bill. So Bill, take it away for a little bit here.
Okay, I'll be short. So I'm Bill Lippy. I've been running a concert series here in Seattle for, I guess it's now going on 18 years. And the way I discovered Baker Booking and Louise and Bruce is I was looking to do some booking for this year, and I'd come across an artist. I said, "This is a great artist. I wonder who they're booked by." And Baker Booking. And I looked at another one, and it was Baker Booking. And it was a third one, Baker Booking. I said, okay, there's something going on here. So I took a look at their roster and I said, damn, this is a damn good roster. And it's small, which I really appreciated because that meant that Louise and Bruce could really devote the time, I think, to the individual artists and do them right. So I decided to co-sponsor this, one, because of the great, the roster that they have, but also just to support, Louise and Bruce, what they've done and what they continue to do to support the artists, to support the music community. They're just super people. I've gotten to know them, I guess, over cyberspace a bit, and they're I can say kick-ass great. That's all I can say. So those are my few words. Great, everyone could show up here and enjoy the show. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, Bill. And we love getting to meet you too. I think the first time was we were sitting in a park having a picnic during the early times of the pandemic, where that was about all you could do is find a safe outdoor space, and got you on the phone. And you and I talked for, I don't know, an hour at least.
Right.
We've had a lot of good connections, and we're so grateful to you and your series, and also the other folks up in your area of the Pacific Northwest and how much they've supported us. So thank you so much. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first artist, and I think it's someone you know, Bill.
I think so.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Bill.
Okay.
All right. So first up tonight, we are going to have Abby Posner. Now, Abby is streaming in here from Santa Monica, California. We added Abby to our roster early in 2021 after we learned about her from a patron who was attending the Tuesday Night Music My Mother Would Not Like series. He sent a note to Bruce. He said, "You should check this person out." And we did. Well, first thing when we saw her in one of these showcases, I was actually texting another agent and saying, I wonder who's her agent. I wonder if she's not represented. So we really literally fought each other to get to Abby, and I'm glad that we won. Anyway, Abby is a multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, and a composer. She appeared, this is such a cool thing, on the Ken Burns country music documentary Bank of America commercial about Wagon Wheel. And if you haven't seen that, you gotta watch it. It's pretty special. She's also done a lot of scores for numerous TV shows and movies. And her latest effort was a score for Ladybuds, which Abby just posted up that you'll be able to watch that on Starz streaming network on March 1st. So I can't wait to see and hear Abby's score. She also released her new CD, Kisby Ring, during the pandemic in November of 2021, charting at number 42. I live with a DJ, so he knows these statistics. In the first month, and making many DJs top records of the year. Abby's style is so artful, straightforward, and straight from the heart that it feels like she's in the same room while I'm listening to the CD. I trust that my listeners will feel the same. And that's a quote from Marilyn Ray Beyer, who is the host of the Midnight Special in Chicago. Abby also has a formal showcase in Kansas City and Folk Alliance in May. So for those of you that are coming, put her name on your list and come out and see her. So let's welcome to our stage our first performer tonight, Abby Posner.
Wow, thank you, Louise. What an intro. Hello, everybody watching. It's so beautiful to see your names pop up. I see a lot of familiar faces. Bill, thank you for co-hosting, and I'm going to see him in Seattle this year. So my name's Abby Posner, and I'm just so grateful to be among this roster of incredibly talented artists. I'm going to start it off with a song called Wishing Well for you guys.
a plow ahead, and I try to believe there's a bigger plan. Ooh, darling, won't you save me from myself? I lay my hands on the wishing well to feel some hope. Ooh, what I give to be somebody else. I throw myself on the wishing well to feel some hope. I throw myself on the wishing well to feel some hope. This old house is bound to fall apart. The lights keep flickering on and off. There's a quiet sense of moving on from the younger self that never belonged. Ooh, darling, won't you save me from myself? I lay my hands on the wishing well to feel some hope. Ooh, what I give to be somebody else. I throw myself on the wishing well to feel some hope. I throw myself on the wishing well to feel some hope. 10th round to wear me out. 11th round might knock me down. 10 minutes more could turn the tide. Leave black and blue knowing that I tried. Ooh, darling, won't you save me from myself? I lay my hands on the wishing well to feel some hope. Ooh, what I give to be somebody else. I throw myself on the wishing well to feel some hope. I throw myself on the wishing well to feel some hope.
Well, thank you guys so much. I'm going to play a song that I wrote right after the pandemic started, and it turned out to be a letter to 2020. And, you know, it sounds at the very beginning like it's written about a really horrific relationship, and then at the end you realize, oh my gosh, we've all kind of learned something from this year. And so I hope that we take away that from the pandemic, that we can become a little bit deeper, and we can become a little bit more introspective and be kinder to one another, and be more mindful of our earth and social justice issues. So thank you guys so much I see all these sweet comments. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is called Dear 2020.
You've been hot and cold, or you're testing my soul. You're making it hard to go on. And every single day, I'm just sitting with my pain. All this 20/20 vision did me wrong. Well, I might be seeing clear, but you only gave me fear. The nights are dragging and days are feeling long. Well, I'm losing my mind, and I have no sense of time. All this 20/20 vision did me wrong. Take the time to let go, 'cause there's a devil inside us all. Use this time to grow, and this 20/20 vision won't do you wrong. And this 20/20 vision won't do you wrong. Woo! Strip me of my pride. You made me sad. You took away my song. Well, I know you're not here to stay, but I wish you would go away. All this 20/20 vision did me wrong. Take the time to let go. There's a devil inside us all. This time to grow, and this 20/20 vision won't do you wrong. This 20/20 vision won't do you wrong. Couldn't see past my own hand, couldn't hear the cries throughout the land, couldn't wander deep enough to free my soul. Never could see too far ahead, never could believe this world would end. Always feeling empty, never feeling whole. Well, in the end I found that everything breaks down, making room for those new roads to go on. Well, it takes some time to mend, but there's hope around the bend. We needed 20/20 vision all along. We needed 20/20 vision all along. Ooh.
All right, thank you guys so much. I'm going to get the banjo out here. Hope it's okay if I have time for two more. I'm not sure. I think I want to make sure that I don't overstep my stage bounds. So hopefully that's okay. I'll check the other chat here. There's so much going on. About 6 minutes left. All right. I'm going to sneak two more in. Thank you to Bruce and Bill and Louise and Finn for taking the show and just rocking it and putting a lot of time and love into it. This song is called Joshua Tree.
Standing like a ghost on a tombstone, crooked as a wing. Whispers howl from the walls of this old home. Listen to them sing. Where do you go when you lose yourself and the road is all you see? What do you do with the love you felt? The mistakes are always free. Bite your tongue on the edge of stinging lights from the planks to the desert, some things we can't explain. Where do you go when your mind's on fire? There's thunder in your blood. What do you do when you can't get higher? You're drowning in the flood. I'll find my home in the shadows, cast out my line to the dry lands. Love is a fragile game when the heart is burning and you step out of the frame.
Thank you guys. I've got one more for you, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of you guys being here. I feel the love. I feel the energy coming in from the computer screen. I feel it. So I'm going to play a brand new one for you guys. A very, very fresh tune. And it is in a different tuning, so it's just going to take me a moment. But I wrote this song because every time I feel stressed or anxious or I feel like my life is just too much, and it's a lot being a musician full time. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of hustle. I always feel like I just want to disappear into the woods and see what it would be like to have a simpler life. And a life that is a little bit more devoted to some kind of higher meaning, and some kind of spiritual meaning, whether it's connecting to nature or connecting to, more of the Buddhist tradition or spirituality in general. And so this is called That Simple Life. It's a tender tuning is what it is. Thanks again, guys. I'm Abby Posner. If you like what you hear, you can go and check me out on all the things at abbyposner.com.
Could grow old, living in the backwoods, watching the birds dance with the light. I could be saved in a wooden church, kneeling on a bed of crooked pine. 'Cause sell my clothes, float down a river, get rid of my home and find a little peace. Or I could be brave and shave my hair, settle with the monks and plant a couple seeds. I be southbound, singing with cicadas, have a few kids, we're a wedding band. Or we could give it some time and meet at our dive bar. Baby, we could fall all over again. 'Cause I want that simple life. Oh, that simple life. I wouldn't mind.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you, Bruce, Louise, and Bill, and Finn, and the whole gang. Stick around. There's amazing artists coming up next.
Fantastic. What a great way to start. Thank you so much, Abby, for your wonderful music. New song was outstanding. And thank you all for your comments so far. We're really excited to see such a nice turnout. We not only have the Music My Mother Wouldn't Like Tuesday night team, we have presenters, some of our NERFA, SURFA, Farm Folk Alliance buddies are here, house concert hosts. And I hope you were inspired. I see a few people are adding Abby to their list. So you won't go wrong with that. All right, let's hop over to the other side of the pond. And we're going to be presenting an incredibly beautiful video, although they stressed over it, but you'll see, for the Black Feathers. It's very late over there, and I think we might see a little bit of Ray in the chat. He is definitely a night owl, like Bruce. I think they could be up all night talking with each other, although 5 hours ahead, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, we are really excited, and I'm very relieved that the Black Feathers got their travel visa. It's a lot of effort on everybody's part, but we're a good team, and they will be making it to the United States, landing in California on April 25th to begin their whirlwind tour of the U.S. They're going to be starting on the West Coast. They're going to be all the way up in Seattle, down into the LA area, and then they'll be taking a little break in July, coming back in August. They're going to be up in the Midwest, then over to the East Coast, all the way from Maine down to Florida, and a little jaunt over to the Gulf. It's amazing. Anyway, a lot of you that are here tonight have booked them, but maybe some of you haven't yet. There are a few dates still open. There's some festivals as well, but we can't announce them yet because, as you know, festivals, some of them haven't made their announcements of their rosters, but they will be appearing in a number of festivals while they're here. Now, there's a little secret out too. They have a new album that is coming out, Angel Dust and Cyanide. It should be ready hopefully by the time they get back here in August. And thank you so much to the fans of the Black Feathers who contributed to the crowdfunding to enable them to be able to afford to get the CD produced, because that on top of the travel, it's a lot. So thank you for that. But we have this lovely video that Ray and Sean put together in their home. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the little village where they live in Wales. I've been to Wales, and I know some of those names are difficult, but it's beautiful. So right now we're going to let our executive producer, Finn, pop in the Black Feathers video. Please enjoy.
Where were you when I needed you the most?
Where were you while I was laughing with you, ghost? After trying to find the better light and never getting close, we're here still waiting, we're strangers in the dark. I didn't know that you were always on the run.
I didn't know that you might be the only one.
Oh, now I myself in promises that can never be undone. We're still waiting, we're strangers in the dark. And I can't hear you whisper for the ringing in my ears. I watch as all the days and weeks are turning into years, and every day is winter when your loving disappears. I miss you. Close your eyes, there will be another day. Close your eyes and you might hear me when I say it would take the breath of angels to carry me away. We're here still waiting, we're strangers in the dark. We're here still waiting, we're strangers in the dark. Hello, we're the Blackfellas. We are playing some songs for you all the way from sunny Wales. It's not sunny.
Definitely not sunny.
It is very stormy, very windy.
You might even be able to hear it through the mic, I'm not sure. But it's touch and go as to whether we'll get through this. There's been power cuts and...
It's touch and
All
go
that
whether
stuff.
or not we're going to still have a roof on the house. But
Buy a house, they say.
I think it's the first time we've ever actually been worried about the roof coming off. When it's somebody else's house, it's okay.
Somebody else's roof, not my problem. Yeah, that was a new song to start things off this evening. I'm going to go back to something a little bit more familiar. It's one of our faux happy songs. We don't do happy, okay? We do sad and faux happy. Time to remember, try to forget, and drink all my worries away. If I cannot be someone else's, maybe I'll be yours till the end of the day. So goodbye tomorrow, I see you real soon. I'll be where you left me that cold afternoon, and take all my worries, they're all that and maybe is all you can say. We'd be better together someday. Oh, yeah. So goodbye tomorrow. I see you real soon. I'll be where you left me that cold afternoon. I take all my worries, they're all that I have. Bye tomorrow, farewell. Oh, goodbye tomorrow. There's one to say. Goodbye tomorrow, farewell. Goodbye tomorrow. In your face.
Yeah, I'll let him have that one.
Very kind of you. This is another cheery one. This is a drinking song. It's not the usual Americana country folk drinking song. Should have done these two the other way around, really, shouldn't we? This is the hopeful one. We wrote this after a show in Nashville. We played in a rehab center for recovering alcoholics and drug addicts. And I was celebrating 6 years sobriety the night of that show. It was a really special night. I think for both of us, really, sharing something of our journey in recovery with people just starting out on theirs was a really special thing. We found ourselves locked in a log cabin in Pennsylvania while we were out on tour.
There are definitely worse places to be locked up in.
The weather was better than it is here, so it was all right. But this song was inspired by that night. It's called Holy Water. Another day, another bottle, and another promise I can't keep. But I've been looking for redemption till I finally gave it up and it found me. Some people say that there's a savior, and the good book ain't so bad. But it's been 20 years and counting since I wandered in a church and bowed my head. But I take holy water
over whiskey anytime. But I take holy water over whiskey anytime. But I take holy water over whiskey anytime.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks for spending some of your Thursday evening with us. Big shout out to Bruce and Louise for organising this at Baker Booking. We are currently booking our 2022 US tour, heading out to the West Coast at the end of April. Still got some dates to fill out there if you'll fancy having us along somewhere or hosting a house concert. Hopefully we'll be in the chat so you can say hello to us, or if not, just shout at Louise and Bruce and hit them up.
We are so looking forward to getting back out onto the road again. It has been a long time, a couple of years.
We've played 2 shows in 2 years when we're used to playing 5 shows a week. So it's been a bit weird.
Yeah, it's been life-changing, but I think we've found out loads about ourselves and even more about each other, if that's possible.
I don't think I want to know.
Well, we're still married,
Hey!
so, you know, that's something.
In fact, tomorrow, as this is going out live tomorrow, February 25th, will be our 10-year wedding anniversary. How have you done it? I don't know. But the US tour will, so we're out in the West Coast, April through to the end of June. And then we are back again, East Coast, July through the end of November. So we'd love to see you all out there. Like I say, if you fancy hosting a show, hosting a house concert, hit us up. We'd love to come play for you.
And obviously, I am really looking forward to getting out there and playing in front of people again, but I am also really looking forward to being asked how I want my eggs. Because in the UK, your eggs just arrive. You just get what you're given. And yeah, we still managed to screw it up. So I don't know. I don't know how you can screw up eggs, but...
Thanks again, y'all. We've been Black Feathers all the way from Cumberland in Wales. I'm looking forward to hearing you all pronounce that.
Yeah, it's got way too many W's in it to be called Cumberland, but... On the road again, just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again.
On the road again, going places that I've never been, and seeing things that I might never see again. And And I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, and insisting that the world keeps turning our way. 'Cause our way is on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again.
So Black Feathers, fantastic, just fantastic. All righty, everybody, we're settling in, looking good. We may cross 100 people. Can you imagine 100 people on a Thursday night? I think that's outstanding. I think that's fantastic. That's great. Good to see you all. Thanks for being here. It's my pleasure to make the next introduction with a beautiful solo LP and EP, as well as collaborations on other projects. To her discography credits, our next artist will charm you and delight like none other. Her songs are introspective, elegant, well-crafted, and like a classic, always inspire and familiar emotions and bring new ones up with each listen. Known by her students with great affections for gentle teaching with a good and kind ear. She was one of the first new clients signed to the roster. An artist from a promoter's point of view, is easy to work with and easy to fill a house with. A cadre of loving and loyal fans that are always quick to help out with a date. It's a real pleasure to have the honor of working with and introducing some of you to Kipp and Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, please do make very welcome Kipp and Martin. Good to see you. Look at you.
Thank you so much. It's
The magical musical room.
Pleasure to put on my tie and come downstairs and play a show. You know, yeah, the virtual showcase is a way to go right now, especially with a toddler running around in my house. So it's a special time here in the Martin household.
Much better.
Yeah.
Hey, Kipyn, you'll get a banner across the bottom that will give you a 2-minute warning, so you know that you've got 2 minutes left for your set.
Okay, sounds good,
Alrighty.
Bruce. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm coming to you live from Frederick, Maryland, where I live with my wife and daughter. And my wife and I actually grew up in the state of West Virginia. I actually spent a lot of time there for college myself. So I went to Shepherd University in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. And I had the privilege of getting to know a community there, the Presbyterian Church community in Shepherdstown. And this song is dedicated to them. This song is called God is Love. Ice winds blew across the summer sky as the wellspring of a mother's love ran dry. The love letters neath her daughter's bed were written by another woman's hand. Explain these, but how does one explain when the heart names its beloved? And inside the holy book, the mother brandished high, the girl could have sworn that she'd read that God is love and love abides, and when we meet with the rejected, that our arms arms can open wide. And God is love, and love is kind. And when ideas steeped in fear close our hearts, we can change our minds. The forsaken, oh, she sought to ease her pain and to warm the frozen blood within her veins. The walls of stone at the meeting house, they gave way to let her in. And folks with smiling eyes and lit candles in their hearts, no explanation did they demand. The pastor wept with her inside the sacred place, where she learned to understand that God is love, and love abides. And when we meet with the rejected, that our arms can open wide. And God is love, and love is kind. And when ideas steeped in fear close our hearts, we can open our minds. Weary travelers all are we. I am that girl, and each of you are me. A hearthstone too does our heart possess, and the choice there to rest or run. Judgment's cruel nature tends to cast away, making enemies and exclusions. But there's no gavel grasped inside an outstretched hand, and no rending at the conclusion that God is love, and love abides. And when we meet with the rejected, that our arms can open wide. And God is love, and love is kind. And when ideas steeped in fear close our hearts, we can open and change our minds. We can change our minds. Right. Cheers, y'all. Let's see, I'm gonna check the comments. Oh my gosh, look at you guys. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Well, it's great to play for y'all, and it's so good to be in the company of my fellow artists tonight. Super stoked to get to hear Abby tonight. That was so cool. And the Black Feathers, of course, just blow my mind every time. Yeah, just so honored to be among you. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to play a tune that is one of my favorites to play because I find after the show I always get to talk to folks who in particular were moved by this song. This song is dedicated to those that we have lost, and yeah, if you have any stories you want to share or anything, if this song moves you to share any stories in the chat, feel free to do that. Yeah, but this song is called Dance Across the Sky. I've been running now, heading straight on into the unknown. Oh, it's strange how mystery's hands can build the walls of stone that keep me out from answers within. Where did you go? Where have you been? Was that your voice upon the wind, saying there's nothing standing in your way, and it's open air, and you're free to fly. I know you're gonna be okay, and in time your soul will dance across the sky. Tears coming down heavy and slow like a summer rain. Oh, it's strange how memories give and take away the pain. The love that you taught, the lessons you gave. This moment is yours, never hesitate. No, no, don't let it go to waste. And there's nothing standing in your way, and it's open air, and you're free to fly. I know you're gonna be okay, and in time your soul will dance across the sky. I know someday that I'll trace the path you traveled down, 'cause transformation is the fate of every living thing. I think of you each time my eyes are blessed to land upon a swallowtail on the wing. Friends come around, ready to shoulder up our grief. Oh, it's strange how suffering's end can offer some relief. Yeah, there are some things we can't overcome. Your body was just a setting sun. Oh, but your journey is just begun. And there's nothing standing in your way, and it's open air, you're free to fly. I know you're gonna be okay, and in time your soul will dance across the sky. Across the sky. All right. Thanks, folks. Appreciate the comments. Let's see. I'm going to do a little set change and bring my piano up close. Yeah, I've been known to play a Joni Mitchell song or two. I've got one of the EPs that Bruce was talking about is a collaboration I did with Allison Shapiro. We did an album called Joan and Joni, and I got to sing a couple of Joni Mitchell songs on that, which was a really good time. And the song was not on that particular album, but I get to perform this in my solo shows, and as well as the Joan and Joni show when we get to do it, which is a couple times a year at this point. But yeah, this is in light of recent events as of yesterday and today, this song just seemed like the right Joni song to do tonight. So I hope you will enjoy Woodstock. Feel free to sing along.
I came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road, and I asked him, "Where are you going?" And this he told me. Said, "I'm going on down the Asker's farm. I'm gonna join in a rock and roll band, and I'm gonna camp out on the land. Wanna try and get my soul free. We are stardust, we are golden, and we got to get
to the garden. All right. Cheers. So, let's see. Do I have any? I don't know if I have any time left in my showcase here. I think I might have gone a little fast through the tunes. Let's see. Okay, I've got a 90-second song for you. This is a tune by the Mammals, and this is a tune that hopefully inspires folks to get active on climate action. This is a song by Ruth Unger. It's called "My Baby Drinks Water." It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, and thank you to Baker Booking. Thank you so much to Bill, our sponsor, and thank you to the artists coming up. Super excited to hear Heather Pearson. My baby drinks water, my baby drinks tea. My baby eats an apple from the old apple tree. My baby drinks milk Mother Nature gave me. So please spare the water for my little ones and me. Now money buys houses and clothing and more, and money buys food at the big grocery store, and money buys trinkets and money buys toys, but it won't buy the earth back for our little girls and boys. Do you measure your wealth by the size of your purse? What size is your coffin? What size is your hearse? What size is your heart when you put money first? High over the children with their hunger and thirst. My baby drinks water, my baby drinks tea. My baby eats an apple from the old apple tree. My baby drinks milk Mother Nature gave me. So please spare the water for my little ones and me. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks so much. Thank you.
That was fantastic, as always. I'm glad you did the Woodstock song. People were really moved by that.
So glad.
I am so glad that you went over from the guitar to the keys too. Fantastic, and you're getting some kudos from your peers as well. So that's so sweet. You deserve
Thanks
it.
a lot, guys.
Yeah. Right.
See you down the road.
We will see you and the family soon. Okay, I'm going to give you back over to Bruce, and he's going to talk a little bit about our sponsors and some things like that, just a mini commercial, and then we'll be back with our next performer.
Thanks, Louise. We're moving along smartly. Thank you so much for all the donations. Running a couple minutes behind, but that's to be expected. It's what happens in live performances. No problem. We're doing good. Good to be with you this Thursday evening. I'm accustomed to saying Tuesday evenings and Monday afternoons on the radio. But so glad that you're with us, and our thanks to all of you that have been making donations. We've taken in about $300 so far this evening. And thank you for making the PayPal links and utilizing them. You can find them at the top of your screen on the YouTube channel as well as on Facebook. I know that Finn has been putting them up periodically. You'll get a link that says you've made a donation to Bruce T. Swan Jr. That's me. That's me. I'm the guy. Sometimes it says Face for Your Radio, but either one is just fine. I do want to thank the named sponsors of the programming for this evening. They are Concerts at Our House, and the co-hosting sponsor, Clive, Folk Alliance International, HearItThere.com, Surfa, the Southeast Regional Folk Alliance, the Folk Project, Tri-State, Folk Presenters, and undiscoveredmusic.net. More information about them at their various websites. And Finn has been putting up those links throughout the evening. We'll have them on my website. Music my mother would not like. So we thank you all for being here. And we also want to thank them very much for perhaps sending you a link to the concert. Maybe you're not on our mailing list and are unaware of the concerts that we've been hosting. And so this came in from somebody else. So we thank them very much for that for us and helping us spread the word. We have a lot more music this evening, and periodically you'll also see an invite for the post-show meet and greet. We'd love to say hello. Some of the artists will be hanging around backstage. We're going to kick the doors down and hang for a little bit in Zoom. That will be a separate link. You'll need to click on that, and we'll get you in as fast as possible. Sadly, only 100 of you will fit, and from the looks of the count, I think we're probably going to be okay. But first come, first serve. That's the way it works. But thank you again for being part of this. And without you, there is no us. It's just simply that simple. So thank you very much for the donations. Like I said, we've taken about $300 so far this evening. They'll be going to Folk Alliance International Scholarship Fund, to the artist, and to the venue. And would you consider possibly making a $20 donation tonight? What do you think this would cost to hear any one of these artists, any two of these artists, at your best listening room? Because that's where you'd find them. Louise is going to bring in Heather Pierson Duo this evening, and you are in for just another great showcase. Thanks so much.
Oh boy, a lot of moving parts. You know, those of you who come on Tuesday evenings know we normally do this on Zoom, and for some reason, I mean, I can do Zoom controls in my sleep, but I'm having to think a little bit about StreamYard. It's a little bit different. But it's also fun that we are able to chat simultaneously to the guests that are here watching on YouTube and some on Facebook. Okay, we will catch up a little. And I want to point out that nice poster that showed all of our wonderful sponsors was made by none other than Finn. Keep him very busy. And we have to thank Kipyn Martin for letting Finn come into our world. All right, next up, we are going to New Hampshire. Yes, and tonight we are hosting Heather Pierson and the Heather Pierson Duo. I had known Heather for many, many years. I think first met at NERFA. But it wasn't until last year during the pandemic, and we were on a Zoom call together, and I think we were doing a little coaching or mentoring or something, and she said, you know, try to book in my own stuff. I could really use someone. And I got off the phone. I said to Bruce, Heather Pierson, what do you think? So anyway, it worked out very nicely. Heather's had some changes. She is going to be performing, and this really keeps me busy on my toes, as a duo tonight. She's going to start out solo duo. She'll be performing quite a bit this year with her partner, Sean Nadeau, on the bass, and he'll be coming into the picture shortly. And also as a trio, some of you may know that Heather does a lot of jazz shows, and she has this wonderful guy named Craig Bryant from New Hampshire who plays the drums. He also can harmonize, and he's going to be working into some of the acoustic folk shows as well. So some of you have already got Heather Pierson on your calendar, either as a duo or possibly a trio. Just pay attention. We'll get you there. But I do want to say that if you're interested in Charlie Brown Christmas Show, you might almost be too late. We're almost booked up in December, but we could squeeze a few more in, right?
Yeah.
I love this one quote. Heather is like two great acts in one, sliding from sweet, acoustic, Appalachian, old-timey vibe with Patty Griffin-esque lyrics to brassy New Orleans blues piano with the bone thrown to Bessie Smith. That says it all. So let's welcome folk, jazz, and wonderful feel-good artist, Heather Pierson.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you, Bruce. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in tonight. I want to start off with a little song that I wrote about my mom and dad and about my childhood piano and learning to play the piano. And in particular, I want to dedicate it to folks who maybe took lessons as a kid from the John Thompson Teaching Little Fingers to Play. So you might recognize some of this musical storytelling as we go along. front room that overlooked the yard. Along the back wall, standing like a guard, was the big brown box that helped me make sense of the world. He found it at the dump and brought it home to me. And that was all it took to set my young mind free. And the big brown box helped me make sense of it all. He taught me lines and spaces. She taught me how to read faces. The house was always so cold, and the ashtray always full. And every word she said scratched at me like wool. And the big brown box helped me make sense of it all. But I was always unsure of how I ought to be. And somehow it seemed that that wasn't up to me. And the big brown box helped me make sense of it all. He taught me lines and spaces. She taught me how to read faces. As soon as I'd sit down, I'd close my eyes and play. What a beautiful pain to wish everything else away, except the big brown box that helped me make sense of the world. And now that they've all gone, the old piano too, I hope I've got what it takes to follow what is true. And the big brown box showed me how to be in the world. He taught me lines and spaces. She taught me how to read faces. He taught me lines and spaces. She taught me how to read faces. Thanks, everybody. Let's get Sean Netto over here on the bass. How's it going, love?
It's great. Your keyboard turned up there earlier.
It is, okay, yeah. So we're going to play a new song for y'all, but if you are hearing us for the first time, then these are all brand new songs, right? This is, a song about living life while you can. You know, we get one shot, as far as we know. Do you remember? Do I remember the words to my songs? I think so. We're gonna do an impromptu
intro.
Yeah. When was the last time you slowed yourself down long enough to feel your feet on the ground? It takes a lifetime to learn, and only one breath to forget. takes so long to discern. The stuff you don't do is what you most regret. So get out there and feel something. Leave behind your worry and doubt. Get out there and feel something. Find out what you're all about. Do you remember when you were a kid and so enamored with everything you did, and then your life took a turn, and in your grown-up ways you were sad? Oh, if only you could go back somehow and tell yourself everything you know now, but there's no way to return. So tell that kid in you not to fret, and get out there and feel something. Leave behind your worry and doubt. Get out there and feel something. Find out what you're all about. The clock is running and so are you. These mindful moments and chances are few. So take them while you can, and I will too. I feel it too. Get out there and feel something. Leave behind your worry and doubt. Get out there and feel something. Find out what you're all about. That's what it's all about. Yeah, feel something, y'all. Yeah, and I was feeling something when I wrote this next song. So yeah, Louise mentioned that we are up in New Hampshire, up in the White Mountains, and we are battening down the hatches tonight. It was 60 degrees, yesterday, the day before, and now we are preparing for yet another big snowstorm that's coming in late tonight. So it puts me in mind of when I wrote this song many years ago on a very, very cold winter night. Cold enough that when you step outside, your nose hairs freeze immediately.
I just have to say, let's hope it's a big one.
Yeah, let's hope it is. Some of us are still hoping for.
I've only been snowboarding twice this winter, and I want to make it at least 3 times.
Yeah. We have so many mountains on which to do that sort of thing. This was a song that was inspired by just no star in particular in the night sky, but just a star that caught my eye one night years ago. And I started thinking about the fact that some of the stars that we see in the night sky very likely don't exist anymore. And that's such an amazing thing to contemplate. And one of my favorite people who's ever been, Carl Sagan, once said that we are a way for the cosmos to know itself, which is another tremendous thing to be able to contemplate. So I put all that wonder into this song called Starlight. A single star thrown out into space, offering up what little light you have. Over millions of miles, for millions of years, and you could be gone now, but your light still shines on your behalf. Sparkling like water in a stream, a beam of light so only hope to be like you and keep on shining long after I'm gone. I'm amazed you were here, and still I can see so clearly. Your light is so bright that it burns right through this winter night. I can't be afraid of the dark of night as long as there is starlight. We are single souls thrown out into space, offering up our little light while we can. Our time is so brief, in a little while we'll all be gone. So let your light shine now for every woman, child, and man. And the fact that you're here and that I can see you so clearly, it's nothing short of a miracle. It's something so rare and beautiful. I can't be afraid of the coming night. No, we can't be afraid to shine our light. No, we can't be afraid to live our lives as long as there is starlight. Yeah, thank you all so much. We've got one more song for you. We're gonna leave you with a little taste of New Orleans, one of my favorite places to be. This is inspired by the just the vibe of that city and the hope of that city, and yeah, we'll get you dancing. I'm so glad that my joy came back to me. I'm so glad that my joy came back to me. I'm so glad that my joy came back to me.
It came back to me.
Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that my joy at last came back to me. I'm so glad that my joy came back to me. I'm so glad that my joy came back to me.
Came back to me.
Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that my joy at last came back to me. Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that my joy at last came back to me. Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that my joy at last came back to me. Thank y'all so much.
Heather, you got 3 more minutes if you've got a fast one. Otherwise, we can chat a little bit.
I think I want to leave y'all with this one. Just a short and sweet little thing.
Sweet.
I wish you happiness and joy. I wish you strength and ease. I wish you freedom from suffering. And I wish you peace. I wish you happiness and joy. I wish you strength and ease. I wish you freedom from suffering. And I wish you peace. Thanks, everyone.
Heather Pierson Duo, fantastic, just lovely. Always a pleasure to have you with us. Well, tomorrow night we'll be back. We saw a couple of notes asking 3 days in a row. That's outrageous. We'll be back tomorrow night, Friday, with Empress Records. Louise will be talking a little bit about the Saturday concert with Black Oak artists. But tomorrow night, Empress will be presenting King Marco, Ada Pasternak, Grace Pettis, Rachel Sage, Seth Gleer, Heather May and Chris Matthews will be together for a set, and Betty Sue. Sorry, I was trying not to say Peggy Sue. But that's going to be happening tomorrow. And thank you all so much for the donations that you've sent. If it's okay with you, I'll put you on my mailing list. I will send you information about tomorrow night's concert. The new PayPal account does allow for that to happen. So if you prefer not to subscribe, just send me a note back saying, take me off your list, and I promise to do so immediately. So thank you very much for all the generosity that we've received this evening. We're really grateful for it. About $700 has come in so far this evening, which is great. And we will aggregate anything that comes in tomorrow up until about 6 o'clock. We'll apply towards tonight, and then we'll roll forward with the same account. So sorry to get all messy with the money, but when the money's not right, things get messy. So a little bit after the show this evening, there'll be a Zoom link. You can just hyperlink that into your browser, and it'll take you into Zoom. We'll let you right in. We only have room for 100 people, so it'll be a pleasant 20-minute hang with the artists. If you've got some questions for them, jot them down. We'll ask the artists for you. Otherwise, there'll be mayhem and confusion in the waiting room. Even though we're storming the doors to the green room, we've got to keep it reasonably controlled. Well, our next guest is a rising star on any chart, be it folk, Americana, or celestial. He can be found on any given day as a river guiding in Chile or Oregon, just to name a couple of places, touring from gig to gig on his bicycle or in his van, and he has lent his time to teaching songwriting to teens. His music and songs are quickly likened to the social consciousness of Woody Guthrie, the wit of John Prine, and the kindness of just Jenner. Though they are his observations, his history, the unabashed love for his girl. His new album, Planet I'm From, is full of evidence of this. Have a listen. It's a very good record. Instead of Jenner and the Bend Bulletin, Fox's songs are thoughtfully crafted, gentle but substantive, spilling over with characters and storylines and relentless catchiness. He's capable of both quiet, deeply reflective folk tunes and rowdy twang rock powered by the locomotive chug of a traditional string band. I wish I'd written that. I surely do. That's from the Bend Bulletin. Currently working on rounding out his New England bicycle tour in early September. We're looking for dates at bike shops, paddle shops, Carnegie Hall, Passemes, house concerts. We'd love to hear from you. But now let's have a listen to our next Baker booking performer from Sisters, Oregon. It's a real pleasure to introduce to you Jenner Fox. Jenner, good to see you.
Good to see
Where's
you.
the plaid?
Bruce, thank
I
you.
put on plaids. I changed my plaids. I wasn't sure I wasn't be able to keep up with you, and I'm thinking he's not going to go plaid, but maybe he will. And then it went back. Oh, it's just crazy.
Trying to throw you off, keep you on your
You
toes.
did.
Appreciate the warm introduction. I'm joined here with my good friend Benji.
Hello.
Benji Nagel. He lives here in Sisters, Oregon as well. And I was talking with a friend the other day about a phenomenon that I've just become recently aware of, and it's one in which apparently there are people who will keep lists of names for babies from like the time they're in second grade onward, and you know, you sort of be crossing off names that no longer feel relevant and adding new ones throughout a lifetime. And I was living with someone last year who was a religious baby name keeper throughout her life, and she knew she wanted to be a mother, and it wasn't necessarily the right time, and so she asked the house if she could adopt a cat, and so we called this big house meeting about adopting the cat, and one of our roommates was allergic to cats, so you know she gave her reasons and her want to, you know, mother a being, and then ultimately we had to decline the cat because of the allergy. And I remember she said at the end of the meeting, she said, "I just want something to love." And this is for Sadie. Got a list of baby names. Started it in the 4th grade. Some have changed, some have remained. I got a list of baby names. I got a room full of succulents. I even had a lover once. I'm shopping around for a motorbike, something cheap and loud and bright. I'm waiting for something to love. Got a job at the coffee shop, double shifts and double shots. Mom's clean and we're talking again. Now is now and then was then. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I can still see Mom sleeping in the TV light. I turn it off and she say my name. I can still hear it that way. I'm waiting for something to love. Thank you. The silence of a live stream. All right. As Bruce mentioned, I got to do a tour on bicycles, e-bikes actually, of California last year, the greater Bay Area, and we biked 300 miles, played 8 different shows, everything strapped to the bikes, and I grew up in the Bay Area, and we spent a few days in my town, and it's sort of, you know, that feeling of how far away biking to high school felt or middle school felt as a kid, and then being back on those streets and realizing how close they actually are, especially when you have an e-bike. But this is a song about growing up and the things you make important. You give importance. It's called The Biggest Rock. Candy wrappers, cheeks full, he ducked and weaved. I followed through the houses, row by row. We came upon a mighty stone. He unwrapped another Tootsie Roll as the plastic fell to the ground. He said, "That's the biggest rock in my hometown." We hung a rope from a tree. He tied himself up to me. We climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed. Every day, basketball I never lost. I was taller, we were kings. We found the biggest rock in my hometown. In October, in the school gym, I lay in the dark on top of him. We rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled. We don't mention it, just run and laugh and curse and spit, young and proud. And the biggest rock in our hometown. Climb on top, don't look down, you're way up high now. In the bay in the fall, and it poured the day his mother called, said he was in the hospital. Something growing up inside his chest. We played hearts beside his bed, his ribs climbing up and down like the biggest rock in our hometown. Yeah, I wonder where you are today. It's raining here in New York State. It rolls and rolls and rolls. I'd like to say I just thought of you, but I also like to tell the truth. It was the plastic twisting sound, and it got me thinking about candy wrappers, cheeks full, you duck and weave. I follow through the houses, row by row. We come upon a mighty stone. You unwrap another Tootsie Roll as the plastic falls to the ground. You say that's the biggest rock in my hometown. Thank you. I'll pass this over to you, Benji. All right. Thanks to Louise and Bruce and Finn and all the folks at Baker Booking for putting this on. Feels good. It especially feels good to take in the other performances and feel in good company. So. How do you sit? Yeah, good question.
Tight quarters here.
Benji and I moved to Sisters, Oregon about 2 years ago, or a year and a half. I guess it's 2 years are out now. And Benji and I connected early on with a mutual love for Tim O'Brien and Daryl Scott's Real Time record. We've since created a cover band called Real Time.
Yeah.
But we're going to play one of the Tim and Daryl songs that we love a lot. So. Into the here and now. I'm not sure just to where I'm going, but I will get there anyhow. I've got this far with no direction. I'll follow my nose to where I stand, and my heart's still strong, and I know I'll make it. I'll set right down to the promised land. Brother, come and walk beside me till our pathways do divide. Nothing much but love to give you, even less have eye to eye. When you left me in the springtime, so many questions on my mind. Summer came and it left me waiting, but not one answer could I find. Well, I saw you in the Rocky Mountains, I felt you in the Great North Sea. Oh, it's a lonesome road that I have to travel, but you will always be with me. Sister, come and walk beside me till our pathways do divide. Nothing much but love to give you, even less have eye to eye. I hear laughter in the thunder, I feel comfort in the wind, and I see hope in the hopeless faces as someday they will love again. People come and walk beside me till our pathways do divide. Nothing much but love to give you, but even less have eye to eye. Beside me till our pathways do divide. Nothing much but love to give you, even less have eye to eye. now. I'm not sure just to where I'm going, but I will get there anyhow. Yeah, all right. Thank you. We have time for one more little tiny song. I'll take that.
Yeah, you take
Switch
that.
back.
Oh, it's bouncing
Tune her
around.
down, all right.
Did I do that?
This one is, as Bruce mentioned, put out a new record last September called The Planet I'm From. This is the hit single from the record. The hit single. Pig on a leash, pig on a leash, pig on a leash. Rabbit in the house, ain't no fun. Yeah, pig on a leash, pig on a leash, pig on a leash. Well, rabbit in the house ain't no fun. Well, we're all talking with nothing to say. We're all talking with nothing to say. We're all talking with nothing to say. There's a pig on a leash, pig on a leash, pig on a leash today. Thank you so much. That's Benji Nagel. My name's Jenner Fox. Hope to see you out there somewhere. Bye.
That was way too much fun. We're having some lovely chats recalling some of your showcases at NERFA, Jenna. Really good. Nice to meet you, Benji. Good job. I said, step aside, Tim. Watch out. Anyway, we'll hopefully after tonight, we'll be able to fill a few of those slots for Jenner as he bikes from New Hampshire to Maine, Massachusetts. I forgot to mention he's going to be down at the Philadelphia Folk Song Society too. So folks, there's a few spots to get Jenner and his bike in there. So, all right, I'm just going to mention a little bit about Saturday night, and then we have two more performers, so don't go anywhere. Well, Saturday night, we are going to be, Bruce and I, will be hosting our friends at Black Oak Artists. We have collaborated so much with fellow agents, with series, with Folk Alliance regions over the last couple of years. It's been wonderful for us, and we've made so many great connections. But the people at Black Oak Artists, Dennis Graybill runs the agency, have an outstanding, huge roster, and he has about 4 or 5 booking agents, and we asked them to select 7. We chose the number 7 because that's what we have to present Saturday night. So I'll just read off quickly. It's going to be Barnaby Bright, Emerald Ray, and Justin Farron. You've seen both of them on Bruce's show. Liz Barnez, the Burney Sisters, Vanessa Lively, and Megan Bird. They're all fabulous performers, so come on back on Saturday night for those folks. All right. Well, we have a treat now, and thank you for listening and your donations and all that. It's going very nicely. So now we are really going way around the world, but we're going to bring in not only Nick and Danny, who happen to be in New Zealand, but also one other part of South for Winter, and that's Alex Stradell, who's sitting at home in Nashville.
Somebody's got to hold down the fort. Hello.
Got to do it. And so I said, why don't you at least show your face so everyone remembers that there are 3 members there. Hi,
Alex. Hello.
There's Nick and Danny. And it's actually tomorrow, so you can wish the Black Feathers a happy anniversary because it's the 25th there. Anyway.
Yes, happy anniversary, guys, from the future.
It's gonna be a lovely day for you. Yeah, it's quite beautiful outside.
Weather.
Blue skies.
Really great day here in the future.
Great. Well, let me just talk a little bit about you, and then we'll let you go here. We're really excited that Nick and Danny are down there visiting Nick's family, but also playing some gigs, but they're going to be home soon. We met these folks at Folk Alliance in Montreal, just chatting over, trying to find scraps of food in one of the breakfast places. And we just kept bumping into them all through the conference. And one thing led to another. And we finally said, we'd love to represent you. And we're happy to have them on the roster. They're just busy. They just released an EP called As You Wish. And their beautiful, beautiful album was released in 2020. I can't believe it, Luxumbra. It's gotten amazing airplay from the DJs, lots of good press. It's an absolutely breathtakingly beautiful, beautiful CD. You really love it. There's a lot to these folks. They're often described as folk blues or folk jazz, Renaissance. Their songs are intoned with a depth of emotion and a richness of experience that really invites the listeners to enjoy the stories. They also have an official showcase at Kansas City, and we're mapping a little tour for them out there. There's a few spots open, but we've got some things going for them between New England and Ohio, and then going over to Kansas City. So I'm really delighted that you're here. And Alex, thank you for making an appearance. And these guys will be home soon, so you can get back together after quarantine and all and play some more.
A friendly reminder that they'll sound brilliant, but who doesn't like cello in everything?
Don't worry,
Just saying.
Alex. We won't forget you.
It's not
or
quite the
replace
same
you.
without you, mate.
They've already tried to
do
replace
miss
me
you.
over there, I swear.
Oh, we
There's
found a
no
good fiddle
replacing
player, but
Never.
not quite a great cellist to jump on board.
No, we do miss you, Alex.
I mean, we got to get on to recording the next album when we get back anyway, so we'll put you back to work as soon as we're home.
Excellent. Well, safe journey. Alex, we'll see you in Kansas City, and let's welcome South for Winter.
Thank you guys so much. This song is called 10 Black Crows. This is the story of an 1800s outlaw going around the Wild West and killing people until karma comes back around and justice is served. Black crows circling overhead, noose around his neck. Any last requests? 10 black crows circling overhead. Any final words? Is what the hangman says. Airline road, no town for miles. They'd on a horse she'd ride, filling the air with her cries, till hell came down in a cloud of dust. Ain't no way to run from a quick shot with a loaded gun. And he stood and watched the sky run red. God help you now, he said, as 10 black crows circled overhead, single bullet left. Any last request? 10 black crows circled overhead. Any final words? Is what the gunman said. A trail of gold ain't hard to follow. Can't hide among the willows, with your name on their tongues, face on each town post. And though his hand was cruel to the trigger, the odds they paid no favor. 10 guns around, so he laid us down and stood and watched the sky run red. God help you now, they said, as 10 black crows circled overhead, single bullet left. Any last request? 10 black crows circled overhead. Any final words? Is what the time down to the hangman's treehouse. What he brings, that's where you'll be. Take him down to the hangman's tree. Oh, take him down. Take him down to the hangman's treehouse. What he brings, that's where he'll be. Take him down to the hangman's tree. Oh, take him down. Take him down. Take him down. Then black crows circling overhead, noose around his neck, and he has her clad. Then black crows circling overhead, any final words is what the hangman said.
All right. Now we'll take it a little bit more slow.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Also, just what an amazing roster to be a part of. Every single artist on it is just amazing. So great job to everyone who played tonight. We've really just been watching spellbound by all of you guys. So again, thank you, Baker Booking, for having us. And we are really excited to hit the road back in the States again in 2022. We are back to Nashville this Monday after this New Zealand tour. If you can't tell, the voices are a little rough, but we are so happy to be back here with all of the friends and family we have here.
Making the most of seeing everyone while we can.
Yeah. We're going to chill it down a little bit. This song is called Stone.
Oh, painted skies, mirrored in the tides. The day your love passed mine, I let it drift on by. I let it drift on by. Oh, the day you went, I played in my head. My mind begged you not to go, but my feet were stone. Stone, and a stone I'll remain here, where the rivers meet the sea, where you used to go to breathe, breathe, where the heavens kiss the shore. I'll be waiting for you just a little more, more. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Alabaster arms, they need your warmth. Your days move like the waves, and still I stay, stay, where the rivers meet the sea, where you used to go to breathe, breathe, where the heavens kiss the shore. I'll be waiting for you just a little more, more. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Where the rivers meet the sea, where you used to go to breathe. Breathe. Where the heavens kiss the shore, I'll be waiting for you just a little more.
I'll be waiting for you just a little more. Ooh, ooh. I'll be waiting for you just a little more.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks so much for all the lovely comments as well. We're really excited to be going out on tour and actually seeing some of you guys on tour this summer. So Voices Cafe will be there with our amazing cellist.
We're going to play a little happy folk now. We often coin the sort of style we play murder ballads and happy folk. So this is one of the happy folk kind of tracks. And just imagine that third part harmony with Alex there on the top, you know, just really adding the icing on the cake. But for now, we'll give you the cake.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, my love, when I lose my hold, when my eyes forget their youth, when the wind's worn down these bones, oh, there's always you. 1, 2, 1.
And when the velvet skies grow cold, when the stars fade out too soon, when I wake in fear of ghosts, oh, there's always you. For it's you revives my soul when I'm going through. Oh, it's always you. Should the blood red tides run on, should our nightmares all come true, should we lose this holy war, I know there'll still be you. For it's you revives my soul when I'm going through. Oh, it's always you. With fire untamed, you break my chains, shake me away. You with your strong ways, how your love tastes, sweeter than the summer rain. Oh, my love, the skies are growing colder. Oh, my love, I need you more than ever. Oh, my love, the winds might blow me over. Oh, my love, I need you more than ever. Oh, my love, when I lose my hold, when my eyes forget their youth, when the wind's worn down these bones, oh, there's always you.
We got one more song
Thank
for
you
you guys.
so much.
This afternoon or evening, whichever time zone you happen to be in.
And also, we are not only the next day, we're also in the next season. So we're currently enjoying Kiwi summer, New Zealand summer out here. But I will say it has not been too summery.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
been pretty much the same temperature as a Nashville winter, but it's still been amazing to be here. So we are hitting the road. We're going to the East Coast at the beginning of May, and then Kansas City Folk Alliance in the middle, so definitely crossing Ohio and all those places, out to Colorado at the end of May, and definitely have some openings. So please let Luis and Bruce know if you are interested in booking us.
Yeah, we're going to play a new track that we're about to record when we head back into the studio in Nashville, and it's called Something in the Stars. It'll probably be one of the debut singles that we'll release in the next coming months.
And I saw Dave Frederick in the comments, and Dave was one of the first people to hear this at Mile of Music 2021. So, yeah, this is Something in the Stars. Nick and I met in Peru, South America years ago. You can read our bio if you want to know how the heck that happened. And this is the story of how we ended up together. I went down where the mountains spoke to the skies. You sang melodies I learned to harmonize. And when it came time to leave your arms far behind, when it came time, I placed my love on the line. Ooh, something in the stars. Ooh, shifted in the dark. And time was all ours. Hi to Caroline as well, Dave. We crossed oceans like birds that search for a home. Couldn't find it in all the faces we know. So when it came time to leave your arms far behind, when it came time, I placed my love on the line. Ooh, something in the stars. Ooh, shifted in the dark. And time was all ours. And then I knew how the earth had felt it too.
And then I knew that my love belonged to you.
And then I knew how the earth had felt it too.
And then I knew that my eyes saw only you. Something in the stars. Shifted in the dark. Time was all ours.
Thank you so much for South for Winter. Thanks for having us. Thanks, Baker Booking.
Beautiful. I love that one.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited. Yes, I hope
Awesome.
you come back with lots of new material.
We do.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, it's great to see some of the Mile of Music people here tonight as well. And that's going to be a fun festival too. It's really great. And everyone from all over the country is coming. And I'm so glad that, you guys are here and that you've had a wonderful trip. Get home safely. And
Thank
we'll
you.
see you in Kansas City.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for having us. Looking forward to
See you
catching up in
soon.
Kansas.
All right. Safe travels. Take care. Okay. Wow. That was wonderful. And it sounded really great. The, technology is pretty incredible coming all the way from New Zealand. Okay. Well, we're going to have one more artist tonight. And then after that, we'll have just a quick wrap up. And in those of you intrepid people who have gone to the conference know that, 10 o'clock, this is when we start going to showcases, So that's when you get the high-test coffee out and you put on your comfy shoes and you go up in those corridors and the rooms and stay up till 2:30 anyway. But when we're done here, if you would like to join us, some of the artists have other obligations and some things and might not be able to hop into the Zoom room, but we'll be there and a few of the artists will hop in. But right now, we are going to wind up the night with two wonderful performers, David Jacob Strain and Bob Beach, that I have had the pleasure of knowing for a long time. And we were at a Surfa conference back a few years ago after Bruce and I met at NERFA. And David and Bob were in town and they came strolling in and did a set and came over and talked to us about representation. And Bruce said to me, "Wow, that's David Jacob Strain." I said, "Yeah, let's pick them up." And we were able to start working with them. It's been a great run. Okay, so David and Bob are a multi-generational bi-coastal duo. They've been performing together since 2010. They met, I believe, at the Philly Folk Festival. Bob now is in Eugene. He actually lives in Philly, but he just got out there in Eugene, and he and David are recording a long-awaited new album. And they're also shooting videos, so they're going to have new product this year, which would be great. Because of the schedule, they were unsure about being here live, so they sent a video in that we're going to watch in just a minute. I have previewed the video. It's absolutely gorgeous. You'll see there's a little lovely surprise in the beginning. It's very artistic. And the video was done by John James Meyer with audio engineering by Keith Banning. It's really something. I think you'll enjoy this. They're really veteran performers. David and Bob had a very successful Folk Alliance International 2020, as some of you may know if you were there with us down in New Orleans. We had them booked solid, lots of festivals, and of course that all went away. But now a marriage and a baby later for David, and good health and a lot of work for Bob with Megan Carey and other things. They are back together. And everyone's vaccinated and they're ready to go. And they have been rebooked for 4 festivals this coming year. So they got a lot going on. Anyway, it's a fabulous video. We're going to put that on. I don't know. Bob might be able to pop in. They were recording, it's 3 hours earlier out there, but we might see them later in the Zoom room. So let's bring on our final performers of the night, David Jacob Strain and Bob Beach.
Hey everyone, I'm David.
I'm Bob.
It's our pleasure to be here as part of the Baker Booking Winter Showcase.
Yes.
Yes.
The Winter Showcase. Yeah,
Let's play some
now we're
music.
going to play some music.
climbing up through the bones of a forest that burned in the last great fire. The skeletons of lodgepole and hemlock. I wanna go higher, higher, higher. How high do I have to go to feel? And play the last song, let the chord ring out. Stand and take a bow. This was once a room full of friends. It's only me here now. Well, higher, higher. How high do I have to go to feel? Looking out at the shape of a valley, the glacier retreats down among the silhouettes and shadows where we used to be. Put your head on my forehead and your hand on my thigh. We've come a long way together. Do you wanna go higher? Well, higher, higher. How high do I have to go? Higher, higher. How high do I have to go? All right. Hey,
What
man.
else we got, David? Been a while.
Well, since we started with a song that we've really never played together, it's a song that I wrote in the middle of this whole crazy pandemic.
Yeah.
Let's do one that we've been doing for a while, a song called "Further from the Road."
Further from the road. Okay.
Okay, let me
You
grab.
switch
I've got
guitars
this.
there?
Yeah, I've got this other guitar.
I'll switch harmonicas.
Never. Gosh, I was under the impression you used the same harmonica for every song.
All these years, find new things out about each other.
People's key of A flat, I believe. People's key of A, maybe. You could try that. No? Okay, let's try here. Hey.
Yeah,
Hey, that'll work. She was standing on the shoulder of old Route 242. She could not have been much older than 21 or 22. And so I pulled over just to offer her a ride. But she threw her back in first and she climbed up the passenger side. And I asked where she was going. She said, I know where I have been. And I asked if she had someone, and she said, well, he got what came to him. And she looked out the window as the rain turned to snow. There was something that I could not see further from the road, further from the road. And so we rode an hour together, maybe two at the most. And I felt like I was dreaming, and she looked like a ghost. When I let her out on the old path, she said anywhere was fine. And she did not seem to leave a track as she walked into the pines. And further from the road, yeah, the road. Well, sometimes at night I hear that mountain call. Early in November, well, the snow begins to fall. I get lost in those woods, I get lost in my own head, lost among the living, yeah, lost among the dead, as I go further from the road. Yeah, the road, hey, yeah, the road, hey, yeah, the road. So you might see her on some lonesome trail, with somewhere in the shadows, so strong and so pale. And maybe she went up on that mountain, never to come down. She could be living in some forgotten town, and further from the road, yeah, yeah. The road, hey, yeah, the road, hey, hey. The road, yeah, Well, man, it does feel good to get the happy songs out of the way, doesn't it?
From the man who said he doesn't like jokes anymore. This next song we have is another song David has written, Of All the Ways.
Oh, I didn't write this. I made it up. Okay, all right. Of all the ways just to say goodbye, of all the ways to make somebody cry, of all the ways just to tell a lie, well, she did it with a smile and her blue eyes shining. Her long hair was hanging down. Yes, there was no silver lining to the way that she let me down. Of all the ways to sing the blues, indigos and darker hues, I guess she chose what she had to choose. Well, she did it with a smile, just walking out on a frozen lake, just waiting for that ice to break. You can get right down to the heart of the mistake. There's not much heart in it all. Of all the ways just to say goodbye, of all the ways to make somebody cry, of all the ways just to tell a lie, well, she did it with a smile. Oh yeah, she did it with a smile. Hey, she did it with a smile.
All the ways.
All the ways.
Thank you so much for listening to us tonight. Thanks again to Baker Booking, Bruce and Louise, going out all out for us, all the time. Here's one more pretty new song.
so bad, you crazy old fox. Ready for your close-up in your fresh pine box. I wonder what you'd say, man, if you could still talk. I hear the gravel in your voice, it's like diesel on the rocks. And they say it was a battle between your heart and your brain, like some dry river when the thunder it brings the rain. And we used to sing together, you could go all night long, just laughing about love and how it all went wrong. The self-made man, the self-made fool, that someone had to be the concession to the rule. They say it was a battle between your heart and your brain, like some dry river when the thunder it brings the rain. Seen him in the canyon, digging in the mud. His eyes were silver, his fur was caked with blood. The smoke on the mountain now, there's a fire behind the hill. If the flames don't get you, must lies will. Between your heart and your brain, like some dry river when the thunder it brings the rain.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you all and good night.
It's just hard not to let them get the last note, isn't it? What a great set of music. What a wonderful time we've had this evening. Thank you all so much for being part of it. And I do want to acknowledge Keith Banning for his great work on that video. That's his craftsmanship, their music, his craftsmanship, and he really made it look fantastic. And maybe he'll put his website up in the comments. But before we close out and storm the backstage area, let's again thank the sponsors, and a very big special thanks to our co-host this evening, Bill Lippy. He was the first person to jump on the sponsors page, and I'm not looking at the screen, so if we'd like to bring Bill in and say good night and thank you once again, that's cool with me. I think he wants to say hello. I think he does. Bill, thank you so much. What a magnificent show you helped produce. I'm really grateful. Thank
It
you.
was worth every minute, every second. I really enjoyed it, and you guys just do a kick-ass job. That's all I can say. So it was
We
wonderful.
try not to take no prisoners, but thank you.
Absolutely.
Precautions are you, as a house concert host, initiating on behalf of both the artists and as well as for yourselves and your patrons?
Say that again.
I'm saying, what type of precautions have you begun to implement?
Oh,
With,
wow.
virus? I mean, I know you've gone to extensive
Yeah, I can
research and
everyone masked,
hearing.
everyone fully vaccinated, capacity cut back from 50 to 35, increased the price so musicians still make what they would have made pre-pandemic, and no sharing of food and drink. People can bring and eat pre-conference, pre-show. And the topper is medical grade air purifiers in all seated spaces. And doors and windows open, when the weather permits.
It's extraordinary. You've done so much for so many touring musicians over the years, and I can't thank you on behalf of them. I don't have that privilege or that honor, but I can't thank you for what you have done this evening, as well as touring musicians on the Baker booking roster, which you've done in the past and have plans and have already confirmed for the future. So I'm so grateful and thank you for. I don't think I finished hitting send before the phone started jumping and ringing, saying, "Okay, I'll be part of this." So thank you very much.
Thank you for everything you guys do.
Thank you. That was Bill Lippy, and we're very grateful for all the work that he has done for touring musicians. Like I said, again, on the Baker booking roster, as well as just great musicians. If they're playing at his house, just go. That's it. Just go. Enough said. Just go. Let's bring back Louise, and she's got a couple of comments. My co-host this evening, Louise Baker, and owner of Baker Booking Agency. Good job.
Wow. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Finn, Bill, and all the wonderful sponsors. There are many of you that what you did is you simply took the links and you shared it with your house concert attendees, with your series, with your friends and neighbors. I can't thank you enough. The production of that last video was fabulous. Thank you again, John and Keith. The Black Feathers video was pretty awesome in the beginning. It all came together, and it's been a lot of work, but we wanted to do this partially because we weren't at Folk Alliance these days, so we could present our artists to you and give them an opportunity to meet more presenters, but also with your generosity to bring a few pennies or dollars or whatever and send them over to Folk Alliance for the Scholarship Fund, which will help a lot of people be able to get to the conference. Again, I expect tomorrow when I get up and I'm having my coffee, my inbox should be overflowing with messages from you all saying, okay, I want Jenner on this date, I want the Black Feathers, whatever. I'm ready. I have my calendar here. Like I say, I basically, between the two of us, we're like 24/7. So again, thank you for your support. I think you'll be able to share this with other people later. It'll still be online. And those of you that hung out with us tonight, we appreciate you so much, for all that you've done. Gary from the Folk Project, Celine, on and on, all of you. Thank you. And I think we're going to say goodnight, and we're going over to Zoom just for a quick little howdy-doody meet and greet. Bruce, do you have any last words of wisdom?
I don't know if it's wisdom, but it is gratitude. We do want to thank you all for the donations this evening. We took in about $850 from the floor, which will be distributed. And that link is good until about 6 o'clock tomorrow, when we will start all over again. We'd like to invite you all to the Zoom room for the post-show brief hang. Finn will put that up for you just shortly. And thank you for the notes and the donations. My thank you notes will go out tomorrow morning for the donations and with my gratitude and thanks. We'd also like to invite you to tomorrow night's concert with Empress Records. And I want to thank the sponsors this evening, the name sponsors, certainly. It's concerts at our house, and the co-hosting sponsor, Clive, Folk Alliance International, HereItThere.com, Surfa, the Southeast Folk Alliance, Regional Folk Alliance, the Folk Project, Tri-State Folk Presenters, and undiscoveredmusic.net. Did I mention Here It There? I missed Here It There.
Yes,
Here It
yes.
There.com. I did say that twice. Okay. Well, anyway, hereithere.com. For all their assistance in promoting the conversations and the concerts this evening. We do want to thank you all for being here this evening and invite you to come back tomorrow night. We have another concert. We'll be in the Zoom room shortly for the meet and greet with the artists and those of you who want to hang. And really, thanks again to you for being part of this concert, because without you, there really is no us. And thanks again for those of you that made donations. And finally, I'd like to thank the Music My Mother Would Not Like crew, my partner, host Louise Baker, owner of Baker Booking, and the wonderful roster of musicians that we have the privilege of getting to work with and for each and every day. Abby Posner, the Black Feathers, Kipyn Martin, the Heather Pierson Duo, Jenner Fox, South for Winter, David Jacob Strain, and Bob Beach. And finally, to our executive producer, quite a bit of gratitude. We're very grateful for the work that Finn does with us. He did double duty this evening because he also handled all the stage management. I think he might be ready for a drink. We look forward to saying hello to you post show and hopefully again tomorrow evening. I'm Bruce Swan. And as I like to say at the end of my radio station program or my radio programs on the radio shows, do something nice for somebody else for no other reason at all than just because. So long for now. We'll see you in Zoom.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Did you end the broadcast?